Hello and welcome to another episode of our World War II Weapon Guide. In this episode, the melee weapons, whether being a bat, a pickaxe, a knife, or even a shovel, they are going to be your last-ditch effort in case you run out of ammo on your primary weapon, or your secondary, depending. Keep in mind that we are going to combine not just the melee weapons, but we're also going to add the bayonet and your weapons too, in case you want to hit them with their stock, or their handle at least. In the game, damage is very lethal for the melee weapons and for the bayonet. You will be getting one-hit kills every time, but it can be inconsistent depending on the opponent's movements. However, if you're going to be hitting them with your primary weapon and that, it's going to be 2 hits to kill. Or when you pull back, it'll be 1 shot as well. All the ranges are going to be pretty small, at least a meter, so you have to be extremely close in order to take them out. You have no penetration ability with all these melees. The Firecap is a bit unknown for these weapons. Assumingly, it's going to be around 100 hits per minute, because of a little bit of testing. With Serrated, a basic training perk, it will be increased to 150 hits per minute. It only does 1 single attack, and there's no hipfire to speak of. For the melee weapons, however, they're gonna have no recoil or aim time to speak of, and that's pretty much on all the other weapons that you get. However, when it comes to the melee weapons, their speed is equivalent to that of the pistols, the SMGs, and shotguns. They're all going to be running at 100% of the base speed. The melees have no ammo to speak of, nor a reload, so you can hit as much as you like without needing a reload or with them breaking. So you don't have to worry about any ammunition whatsoever. Our build with this weapon, it can be based on 2 things. It can be used as a very challenging primary weapon, or it could be used as a last-ditch effort. This weapon is indeed very challenging to use because of the very small range. It can kill within 1 hit, but that depends on how the opponent is moving. So with our tips, we are going to be using this always within inside quarters like houses, buildings, or in bunkers. You are never to be in the open with this weapon, otherwise any other weapon such as an SMG or other kinds of weapons will be killing you outright. Sneak around the flanks where enemies are going to be at or hunkering down so you can easily take them down. Just do be warned to watch out for S-mines, and just make sure that these enemies are not looking at you when you're trying to take them out too. When you're hurt, you can go into the corners and wait for them or your health to heal up. And when the enemies come in, you can easily take them down. And at other ranges, if you have another weapon to rely on, use that instead. Now, since the melee weapons don't have any attachments, we're going to be going with our basic training instead. First up, a good idea, or a good challenging idea, is Serrated. This will make your melee into a primary weapon, and you're going to have a pistol as your secondary, and your rate of fire, or your hits per minute, are going to increase to 150. And plus, you're going to have 2 throwing knives and 2 tacticals on your side too. If you prefer a pure stealth approach, and if you still want a primary weapon on your side, choose Flanker, but you do have to be on the move as a cost, and it will make you invisible on score streaks and through the recon planes. Another good idea too is also Energetic, increasing your movement speed and giving you no fall damage, or Hunkered if you want to be resistant to explosives. The divisions are in a bit of a demand when it comes to the melees. 3 of them are basically the best: Resistance for close quarter support, Expeditionary if you want to resupply your lethals and tacticals, and Armored if you really want to keep yourself safe from explosives, shocks, or tacticals. For equipment wise, you should be using an S-mine in case you want to be a little sneaky and want to deploy them all over the map, a throw knife if you really want to ensure longer range kills if you're using Serrated, and stun grenades so you can really stun them and you can make them easier to take them out. And always have a pistol or a primary weapon on the side in case things get a little too hot, at longer ranges at least. So in total, the melees all have one-hit kills, besides of the primary weapons if you're hitting them with melees. But this thing also has fast handling traits and has unlimited ammo, so you can easily take on a whole bunch of people without needing a reload, and you can easily escape too when enemies are nearby. However, this weapon can be inconsistent depending on your movement. It has a very limited range, and it has a low fire cap, or melee cap, depending on how you think of it. But this weapon is incredibly challenging to use. You'll probably get more deaths than that of kills. However, if you are a very seasoned person within Call of Duty, then the melees are going to be quite a challenge for you, and you can easily take it on. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. And for our next episode, we're going to be going back with the rifles, in which we're going to be reviewing the BAR. Until then, GalacticStorm saying, I'll see you guys later.